So welcome everybody to this new episode of Team Talks. So today we are with the team Core. And first of all, I want you to give us a brief presentation about yourself. So who you are, where you're from, what you study, and your general background. So we can start with Giulia.
Hi everybody, I'm Giulia Tuccia. I'm from Trento, and actually I'm a master's student in EIT Digital Autonomous System. And my background is in industrial engineering, always here in Trento.
I'm Adele. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Vicenza, and I'm studying innovation management at the University of Trento with Edoardo. And I have a bachelor degree in economics and management, and I graduated in 2020.
I'm Giacomo. I am the oldest of all. I am a PhD student in Trento, and originally I'm from Castelfranco Veneto, and I studied biotechnology both at my bachelor and master, respectively in Trento and in the Netherlands.
Ciao, I'm Edoardo, and as Adele, I'm an innovation management student here at the University of Trento. My background is in business and economics. In July 2020, I graduated from the University of Bologna after studying also for a year overseas in California at the university.
Hi everyone, I'm Paolo Teta, 23 years old, and I am from Rome. I have a bachelor degree in industrial engineering in Trento, and now I am a master's student at EIT Digital Autonomous System in Trento.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you if you already knew each other from before, so from previous classes for sure, Adele and Edoardo knew each other, but if you know other people, or if you if you met inside the Startup Lab course.
So actually me and Paolo are flatmates, so we knew each other, and me and Edoardo are studying the same master degree. And also Paolo knew Giulia and Miu.
Yeah, Giulia and Miu, the other guy. We are in the same course.
Okay, so half and half, more or less.
Yes, and I'm the outsider. I met them here.
So how do you become part of this team, Giacomo? I mean, they found you, you found them?
I found them, and they were happy, I think, to have me finding them. I just joined because I felt I could give something, some insightful observation about the biotechnological side of the challenge of our project, and we'll see at the end if that was true or not.
Okay, sure. So now is the time to repeat your idea. So you have 1 minute to tell us about your innovative idea and on the base of what is going to be a startup, I guess.
Would you ever throw away something that's precious? No? Well, in Italy, this happens every day with coffee grounds. We are the second for consumption of coffee grounds worldwide. Each year, a single Italian wastes 5.6 kilograms of coffee. And even though they have many positive and beneficial properties and can be used as fertilizers, skin products, and such, we seem not to recognize their potential. What our team wants to do is to give a new life to coffee grounds by collecting them in strategic points where people can easily drop them off before going grocery shopping, for example. We see this as a small contribution to a more sustainable future, all in the spirit of a circular economy.
I want to ask you how this idea came to birth. So there is like a mother/father of this idea.
Okay, maybe I can explain better because as I already said, me and Paolo are flatmates, and after lunch we were making coffee, and while making coffee we were wondering, well, it is such a waste of a precious product wasting like coffee grounds. And so because I knew that it could have potential in the cosmetic sector, so we started wondering if it could be potentially useful in also other sectors.
The initial idea for sure before Startup Lab, and then there is a development. So can you tell me some developments that your idea had? or it's just stay the way it was
for sure
before?
It underwent a lot of changes, dramatic changes. No, it's been pretty much a roller coaster, really, because from our original idea, when we started to dive into it, we understood that there were a lot of stakeholders to consider inside this particular market for this particular product too. And also in a time like this, with the pandemic going on, of course, there have been some resistance from many of these stakeholders, like bars, restaurants, or even bigger companies. So as we started doing our validation of the problem and we conducted it through interviews, we understood that at this moment, the recycling or reuse of coffee grounds, unfortunately, seems not to be a priority even for biggest company, but also for the consumers and people who in every day handles this type of product and raw material, if we want to. We understood just that it is a powerful raw material and applications can vary, but as of now, the implications of undergoing a process to reuse them or recycle them are too burdensome for consumers and for companies too. So for now, the focus has been shifted from coffee grounds, unfortunately. The aim is to stay with the same layout that we thought about for coffee grounds. So identifying a raw material and that is being wasted, or there is a lot of it with which people are not exactly sure what to do with it. And then we can then match these people, which can be customers or another company that has excessive products on their hands, and match it with an industry, a reality, maybe here in Trentino, that has the means and the capabilities to reinsert it into its life cycle and keep it circular, closing the loop. I think that a kind of placing ourselves as intermediaries between these two realities is our goal at the moment. But we're still trying to discover what then this reality may be for us.
It's really difficult to validate an idea, and also hearing negative feedbacks on your idea, for sure. So what's the most important thing you learned from these weeks of validation, if you learn something new, and how to react in a better way, or I don't know?
Well, for one, personally, I learned not to take it personally, because when companies are, of course, receiving emails, we understand we may not be the only one inquiring into them, asking questions. So, of course, time is limited. They are very busy, or even in this period. So resources are limited for them as well. So for me personally, it was just a matter of not taking it personally. Doors will be shut, but others can open. So I think that in these periods, we're all trying to stay with an open mind, sticking to our main idea of working in circular economy and sustainability. So for now, I think the direction that we're taking is purely one of circular economy, inquiring into the Trentino area and trying to understand where we can be effective and efficient in some circular realities that may be developing here in the area.
What I learned is that to be successful, a business do not have to start from the solution, which I think it's kind of easy to do. Everybody starts from the solution. But it is very important to focus on the problem and on the customer that you want to address. And second of all, I think that what I learned is that we don't have to be scared of changing and pivoting. Even if we start from one idea, we don't have to stick to it obsessively. And we need to learn how and when it is the moment to change and pivot.
So now is the moment where we ask you to give, if you have any comments you want to say to our audience about your project and about yourself, your experience inside the Startup Lab. If you have any comments about that, you can. It's your moment now.
I really like the I don't know if I think it's intentional. The setting they decided to build, and I really like the fact that if you are in if you cannot keep up with the pace of something going, you just have to do something anyway, right? So if you get infinite time to do something, you can think of anything and you can circulate around things because you say, well, anyway, we have time, no problem. But if you are given very tight deadlines to do very tiny deliverables, to make it very tiny deliverables, then you just have to do it somehow, and it won't never be perfect, but still you are moving forward. And so compared to another project I had, I like this setting a bit more because it's a bit more stressful, but instead of circulating this way, we are circulating like this way. So it's faster to progress in a highly paced setting like this. And I'm learning a lot, yes, overall.
I think that what Giacomo was saying is pretty right. Like also what this experience is giving us is also kind of like the experience of being a little bit entrepreneurial. So you have to move fast. You need to get to information before anyone else, and you need to know what to do with those information. So I think that it's not really not that much about having the 1 million euro idea in mind, but just learning what to do with your idea once you have something. And this applies in the context of a startup, but I think then it's a matter of applying it in everything that you do in life, because it's like even during these times, you cannot move fast enough, I believe. And this really helps us focusing and understanding like that you need to move fast and you need to have answers and you need to have them before anyone else. Otherwise, like it will be too late for you.
Yeah, Startup Lab is basically a life experience more than I don't know, creating your own startup. Of course, there is also that part, but it's for sure more life experience.
Yeah, I think that at a certain point, you say, okay, like the idea, yes, everything's good and fun, but then it's actually like the experience that you get to do and the methods that you learn more than the idea in itself.
Yeah, also if I can add something, I like the methods of Startup Lab because I like the fact that they say to you, okay, you have to go out of the building, you have to meet your customer, you have to talk to them, because otherwise you won't ever do that. Like somebody told me, oh, you have to validate your idea talking with businesses, like call them on the phone or go and visit their business. I would have been scared in another like moment. But now that I have to do it, like it really helped me to get out of my comfort zone. And I think it was very important. And it was an important step of my learning experience.
So thank you so much for like had a little chit chat with me. It was a pleasure to meet all of you, and to our audience. See you next time, I guess.
Thank
you so much for having us.